Adeline slammed the door so hard the foster home's walls trembled, her heart pounding like a war drum as she clutched the hidden love letter from Haley. "You think you can control me forever?" she screamed into the empty hallway, tears streaming down her face, knowing her strict guardians would never understand the fire burning inside her. In that moment, the weight of her parents' mysterious death crashed over her like a tidal wave, whispering that the truth could either set her free or destroy everything she held dear. Adeline Thompson had always felt like an outsider in her own life, a puzzle piece jammed into the wrong box. At 17, she lived in the sleepy suburbs of Seattle, Washington, where rain-slick streets mirrored her turbulent emotions. Her foster parents, the Millers, Eleanor and Robert, were the epitome of rigid Midwestern transplants, having moved west for Robert's tech job but clinging to their conservative roots like lifelines. They ran their household with military precision, curfews at 9 p.m., mandatory church on Sundays, and zero tolerance for anything that deviated from their narrow view of normal. Adeline's adoption at age 10 had been their act of charity, or so they reminded her constantly, pulling her from the foster system after her biological parents died in a car crash that no one ever talked about. But Adeline knew she was different. She had known since middle school, when crushes on boys felt forced and hollow, while her heart raced at the sight of girls with confident smiles and kind eyes. She hid it well, burying her feelings under layers of compliance, but the secrecy was suffocating. That all changed the day Haley Rivera walked into her senior English class at Lincoln High. Haley was a transfer from Los Angeles, with sun-kissed skin, wild curly hair that defied gravity, and a laugh that could light up the grayest Pacific Northwest day. She wore ripped jeans and band tees, exuding an effortless cool that made Adeline's stomach flip. Their first interaction was mundane. A shared desk during a group project on Shakespeare's sonnets. "Hey, I'm Haley," she said, flashing a grin that revealed a tiny gap between her front teeth. "You look like you've got this poetry thing down. Mind if I copy your notes?" Adeline blushed, mumbling a yes, and from there conversations flowed like the nearby Puget Sound tides. They bonded over shared tastes in indie music, late-night Netflix binges, and dreams of escaping small-town constraints. Haley was openly queer, sporting a rainbow pin on her backpack, and she talked about it with a nonchalance that both terrified and thrilled Adeline. As weeks turned to months, their friendship deepened into something electric. Stolen glances in the hallways, whispered secrets during lunch, and texts that lingered into the wee hours. One rainy afternoon, under the shelter of the school bleachers, Haley confessed, "Adeline, I like you. More than friends. And I think you feel it too." Adeline's world tilted. She nodded, her voice barely a whisper. "I do. But my foster parents. They can't know." Haley pulled her into a hug, the first real touch that sent sparks through Adeline's veins. It was the beginning of their secret romance, a fragile bloom in a garden of thorns. But secrets have a way of festering. The Millers noticed Adeline's distractions, her phone buzzing incessantly, her grades slipping slightly. Eleanor, a stern woman with sharp features and a Bible always at hand, cornered her one evening in the kitchen. "Who's this Haley girl you keep mentioning? Is she a good influence?" Adeline lied smoothly, calling her just a study buddy, but the suspicion lingered. Robert, quieter but no less judgmental, enforced stricter rules. No sleepovers, monitored phone usage. Adeline felt the walls closing in, her love for Haley clashing against the ironclad expectations of her foster life. Then came the first crack in the facade. While sorting through old boxes in the attic, Eleanor's idea of family bonding, Adeline stumbled upon a faded newspaper clipping. It was about her parents' accident. A foggy night on Interstate 5, a head-on collision with a drunk driver. But something felt off. The article mentioned ongoing investigation and possible foul play. Why had the Millers never told her? Heart racing, Adeline pocketed the clipping, vowing to dig deeper. That night, she confided in Haley over a hidden park bench meeting. "What if it wasn't an accident? What if there's more to my past?" Haley squeezed her hand. "We'll figure it out together. You're not alone anymore." As their relationship blossomed, so did the drama. Haley's family was the opposite of the Millers' warm, accepting Mexican-American immigrants who hosted lively dinners and encouraged her to be herself. Adeline envied it, sneaking over when she could, tasting freedom in Haley's arms. But the contrast highlighted her own cage. One evening after a passionate kiss goodbye, Adeline returned home late. Robert was waiting, arms crossed. "Where were you?" he demanded. "With friends," she muttered. He grounded her for a week, confiscating her phone. Isolation gnawed at her, but Haley's smuggled notes kept her sane. The tension built like a storm over the Cascades. Adeline began researching her parents' death online. Using the school library computers, she discovered discrepancies. Her father had been a whistleblower at a pharmaceutical company, exposing unsafe drugs. Could that be connected? Doubts swirled, mixing with her growing defiance. She started pushing back against the Millers' rules, arguing about church and curfews. "Why can't I just be me?" she yelled during one heated dinner. Eleanor gasped. "Because this is God's plan for you, Adeline. Deviate and you'll lose everything." Haley became her anchor. Their love a quiet rebellion. They dreamed of college together, maybe in California, where they could live openly. But fate had other plans. One day, Adeline overheard the Millers whispering about the truth and protecting her. Paranoia set in. Was her adoption not as charitable as it seemed? The questions piled up, threatening to unravel the fragile threads of her life. Adeline's quest for truth became an obsession, fueled by late-night searches and cryptic clues. She confided more in Haley, their stolen moments turning into strategy sessions. "Look at this," Adeline whispered one afternoon in Haley's bedroom, showing a forum post about her father's company. He was about to testify against them. Then the crash happens. "It's too coincidental." Haley nodded, her brown eyes wide with concern. "We need real evidence. Maybe contact a lawyer or something." But Adeline hesitated. Involving outsiders felt risky in her tightly controlled world. The Millers' strictness intensified, as if sensing her unrest. Eleanor enrolled her in a youth group at church, led by Pastor Jenkins, who preached about traditional values and the dangers of modern temptations. Adeline sat through sermons on sin and redemption, her mind wandering to Haley's soft lips and the way she made her feel seen. The hypocrisy burned. One session, the pastor singled her out. "Adeline, share with us a struggle you're facing." She froze, then muttered something vague about school stress. Inside, she screamed, "My struggle is loving who I love in a world that hates it." Haley provided the escape. Their dates were clandestine adventures, picnics in hidden forest trails, drives along the coast in Haley's beat-up Honda. "I love you," Haley said one sunset, as waves crashed below them at Golden Gardens Beach. Adeline's heart swelled. "I love you too. More than anything." But love came with complications. Haley pushed for openness. "Tell them about us. What's the worst that can happen?" Adeline shook her head. "You don't know them. They'd kick me out or worse." The fear was real. Stories of queer kids disowned haunted her. Then betrayal struck like lightning. Adeline had hidden a journal in her room, filled with poems about Haley and notes on her parents' death. One day, returning from school, she found it missing. Panic surged. Confronting Eleanor, she demanded, "Where is it?" Her foster mother sighed, holding the journal. "We read it, Adeline. For your own good. This infatuation with that girl, it's not right. And digging into the past? It's dangerous." Robert joined, his voice stern. "Your parents' death was an accident. Let it go." But their eyes betrayed unease. Adeline exploded. "You lied to me. Why hide the investigation?" The argument escalated, voices echoing through the house. Eleanor confessed partially. "Your father had enemies. We took you in to protect you." But it felt incomplete. Grounded indefinitely, Adeline felt trapped. She snuck out that night, meeting Haley under a street lamp. Sobbing in her arms, she whispered, "They know about us." Haley held her tight. "We'll run away if we have to. I won't lose you." The drama deepened when Adeline discovered an old letter in the Millers' study, addressed to her father from Robert. It hinted at a business partnership gone sour, with accusations of betrayal. "You stole my ideas," it read. "You'll pay." Heart pounding, Adeline photographed it before fleeing. Was Robert involved in the crash? The thought chilled her. She shared it with Haley, who urged caution. "This is big. We need proof." As emotions swirled, their romance hit turbulence. Haley, feeling the strain, grew distant during Adeline's confinement. "I miss you," Adeline texted from a hidden burner phone. Haley replied sporadically, citing family issues. Doubt crept in. Was Haley pulling away? One day, Adeline spotted her laughing with another girl at school. A flirtatious sophomore named Mia. Jealousy flared. "Who's that?" she confronted Haley later. "Just a friend," Haley insisted, but the seed of insecurity took root. High school gossip amplified the drama. Whispers about Adeline's weird behavior spread, fueled by the Millers' church friends. Pastor Jenkins even pulled her aside, offering counseling for her confusions. Adeline refused, her defiance growing. She began skipping youth group, sneaking to Haley's instead. Their reunions were passionate, laced with urgency. "Promise you'll never leave me," Adeline begged one night, as rain pattered on the window. Haley kissed her forehead. "I promise." But promises break. Adeline's investigation led to a breakthrough, an online archive of court documents. Her father's whistleblowing had implicated Robert's former company in fraud. The crash driver? A hired hand per anonymous tips. Confronting the Millers again, Adeline waved the printouts. "You knew. You were part of it." Robert paled. "It wasn't like that. I tried to warn him." Eleanor wept. "We adopted you to atone. To give you a better life." The revelation shattered Adeline. Betrayed by those who claimed to love her, she fled into the night, seeking solace in Haley. But arriving at her house, she overheard Haley on the phone. "Yeah, Mia's cool. Maybe more than friends." The words stabbed like knives. Was this another betrayal? Tears blinding her, Adeline ran, the weight of loss crushing her spirit. Adeline wandered Seattle's streets that night, rain soaking her to the bone, her world crumbling like wet sand. How could everything unravel so fast? The Millers' betrayal cut deep, the people who'd raised her, hiding their complicity in her parents' death. And Haley, the girl who'd awakened her heart, now flirting with someone else? It felt like the universe conspired against her. She ended up at a 24-hour diner, nursing black coffee, replaying memories. Her real parents, warm progressive artists who'd encouraged her quirks. If they'd lived, would she be free to love Haley openly? Dawn broke as Adeline mustered courage to confront Haley. Knocking on her door, disheveled and desperate, she demanded answers. "I heard you talking about Mia. Is it true?" Haley's face fell, pulling her inside. "It's not what you think. Mia's just a crush from before you. I was venting to a friend because I'm scared, Adeline. Your life's a mess right now. What if I drag you down?" Relief mixed with anger. "So you pull away? That's not love." They argued, voices rising, but it ended in tears and embraces. "I'm sorry," Haley whispered. "I love you. Let's fight this together." Reconciled, they plotted next steps. Adeline couldn't return to the Millers. The betrayal was unforgivable. Haley's parents, Maria and Carlos, offered temporary shelter. Warm and welcoming, they hugged Adeline like family. "Mi casa es tu casa," Maria said, serving homemade tamales. For the first time, Adeline experienced unconditional acceptance. But guilt nagged. She was still a minor, legally bound to her fosters. The conflict escalated when the Millers reported her missing. Police showed up at school, questioning her. "Your guardians are worried," an officer said. Adeline retorted. "They're liars. They covered up my parents' murder." The word murder hung heavy, sparking an official inquiry. Social services got involved, placing Adeline in temporary care with Haley's family pending investigation. Relief washed over her, but drama loomed. High school became a battlefield. Rumors flew. Adeline's accusing her fosters of murder. Classmates stared, some supportive, others cruel. A group of conservative kids, influenced by Pastor Jenkins, harassed her. "Freak," one sneered. Haley defended her fiercely, leading to a cafeteria showdown. "Back off," Haley yelled, shoving the bully. Suspended for a day, she shrugged it off. "Worth it for you." Amid the chaos, their love deepened, a beacon in the storm. Quiet evenings with Haley's family, board games, laughter, showed Adeline what family could be. She opened up about her sexuality, and Maria hugged her. "Love is love, Mija." Inspired, Adeline came out to a few friends, finding unexpected allies. But the past haunted her. Nightmares of the crash plagued her sleep, her parents' faces fading into shadows. The investigation uncovered damning evidence. Robert had been a silent partner in the pharma scandal, tipping off the company about her father's testimony. The drunk driver was a paid assassin, now in prison for unrelated crimes. Arrest warrants issued. The Millers fled but were caught at the airport. Eleanor, remorseful, confessed everything in a letter to Adeline. "We thought adopting you would redeem us. We were wrong. Forgive us if you can." Betrayal's sting lingered, but Adeline found strength in Haley. Their romance flourished openly now. Hand-holding in hallways, prom plans whispered. Yet doubt resurfaced. Haley spent more time with Mia's crowd, laughing at inside jokes. "It's nothing," she assured, but Adeline's insecurities festered. One night at a party, she caught Haley dancing closely with Mia. Jealousy exploded. "How could you?" Adeline stormed out, Haley chasing after. "It was just dancing. You're paranoid because of everything else." The fight was brutal, words like daggers. "Maybe we need space," Haley said, tears flowing. Adeline nodded, heartbroken. Days blurred into loneliness. She focused on the trial, testifying against the Millers. "They stole my family," she said in court, voice steady. The verdict: guilty on conspiracy charges. Justice tasted bittersweet. Reconciliation came unexpectedly. Haley showed up at Adeline's door with flowers. "I was wrong. Mia means nothing. You're my everything." They talked for hours, rebuilding trust. "We've been through hell," Adeline said. "But I can't imagine life without you." Their kiss sealed it, passionate yet tender, a promise of resilience. As senior year wound down, Adeline applied for emancipation, granted due to the circumstances. Free at last, she moved in with Haley's family permanently. College acceptances arrived, both to UCLA, scholarships in hand. Dreams of California sunshine beckoned, a fresh start. But the emotional scars remained, teaching her that love, like life, is messy but worth fighting for. With emancipation came a whirlwind of changes, Adeline navigating adulthood at warp speed. She worked part-time at a coffee shop in Capitol Hill, Seattle's vibrant queer neighborhood, surrounded by rainbow flags and accepting faces. The aroma of fresh brews mingled with her newfound freedom, but shadows of betrayal lingered. Therapy sessions, mandated by social services, helped unpack the trauma. "Your foster's actions weren't your fault," the counselor said. Adeline nodded, but forgiveness felt distant. Haley was her constant, their love evolving from secretive whispers to bold declarations. Weekend hikes in the Olympics, where they'd picnic amid towering pines, became rituals. "Remember our first kiss?" Haley teased, nuzzling Adeline's neck. "Under those bleachers, rain pouring." Adeline laughed. "How could I forget? You tasted like cherry chapstick." Moments like these healed wounds, but drama wasn't done with them. A letter arrived from Eleanor, postmarked from prison. "I regret everything. Your parents were good people. Robert's greed destroyed us all." Adeline tore it up, anger flaring. But curiosity won. She visited Eleanor, seeking closure. Behind glass, her foster mother looked frail. "Why?" Adeline asked. Eleanor wept. "Fear. We thought silencing your father would protect our future. Adopting you was our penance." Adeline left conflicted, the human frailty exposed. Back home, Haley noticed her turmoil. "Talk to me," she urged. Adeline opened up, vulnerability strengthening their bond. But external pressures mounted. College loomed, and Haley's acceptance to UCLA came with a scholarship for a prestigious art program. Adeline's was for literature, but doubts crept in. "What if distance changes us?" she worried. Haley reassured. "We'll make it work. Love like ours doesn't fade." Then the ultimate test. Prom night. Adeline, in a sleek black dress, and Haley in a flowing red gown, arrived as a couple. Whispers turned to cheers from allies, but Pastor Jenkins' youth group protested outside, signs blaring "Protect traditional values." Adeline's heart raced, but Haley squeezed her hand. "Ignore them. This is our night." They danced under twinkling lights, a defiant waltz of love. Post-prom, euphoria crashed into reality. Haley confessed she'd been offered a summer internship in New York, conflicting with their plans. "It's a big opportunity," she said. Adeline felt betrayed. You promised we'd stick together. Arguments ensued, old insecurities resurfacing. Is this about Mia again? Haley snapped. No, it's about us. The fight ended in silence, a chasm opening. Weeks passed in tense limbo. Adeline threw herself into work, befriending coworkers who shared coming-out stories. One, a trans woman named Jordan, advised, "Love requires trust. Don't let fear win." Inspired, Adeline reached out to Haley. They met at their beach spot, waves mirroring their emotions. "I'm scared of losing you," Adeline admitted. Haley nodded. "Me too. But I'll turn down New York. You're more important." Compromise forged. They planned a road trip to California before college. Packing Haley's Honda with dreams and snacks, they hit the Pacific Coast Highway. Scenic vistas blurred as conversations deepened. Futures, fears, forgiveness. Stopping in Oregon dunes, they watched the sunset. "No matter what, you're my home," Haley said. Adeline's heart mended, their kiss sealing renewed vows. But life threw another curve. News broke. Robert escaped prison, vowing revenge. Panic set in. Police assured protection, but Adeline lived in fear. Haley stood guard, their love a shield. One night, a suspicious car lingered outside. Adeline called 911. It was a false alarm, but the scare bonded them tighter. As summer waned, they arrived in Los Angeles, settling into dorms. New beginnings brought challenges. Cultural shocks, homesickness. Adeline joined an LGBT club, finding community. Haley thrived in art classes, her paintings capturing their story. Jealousy flared when Haley bonded with classmates, but communication prevailed. "You're my muse," Haley said, unveiling a portrait of Adeline. Emotional highs and lows defined their freshman year. Adeline delved into journalism, writing about queer rights and foster system flaws. Her article on her own story went viral, drawing support and backlash. Hate mail arrived, but so did messages of hope. "You inspired me to come out," one read. The impact was profound, turning pain into purpose. Through it all, Haley remained her rock. Anniversaries celebrated with picnics in Griffith Park, overlooking the city lights. "From secrets to this," Adeline marveled. Haley smiled. "We've earned it." Their love, tempered by fire, emerged stronger, a testament to resilience. Sophomore year tested their mettle further, as college life amplified personal growth and strains. Adeline pursued a double major in English and social work, driven by her past to advocate for foster kids. Haley immersed in graphic design, her talent blooming. Distance crept in, not physical but emotional, as schedules clashed. Late nights studying led to missed dates, small resentments building. "You always put work first," Adeline accused during one spat. Haley countered. "And you dwell on the past." But makeups were sweet. Apologies whispered in shared beds. A pivotal moment came when Adeline received news. Robert was recaptured, facing additional charges. Closure beckoned. She attended the sentencing. "You ruined lives," she stated in her victim impact speech. Robert hung his head. "I'm sorry." Walking out, Adeline felt lighter, the burden lifting. She called Haley immediately. "It's over." "Truly." Haley hooped. "Proud of you, babe." Their relationship matured, incorporating therapy for couples. "Communication is key," the counselor advised. They implemented date nights, exploring LA's queer scene. Drag shows in West Hollywood, pride parades pulsing with energy. Adeline blossomed, her confidence soaring. She volunteered at a youth shelter, mentoring teens like her former self. One girl, Sarah, shared a similar story. "How do you love after betrayal?" Sarah asked. Adeline smiled. "With time and the right person." But drama resurfaced in unexpected form. Haley's ex from high school, Mia, transferred to UCLA. Old flames flickered. Mia sought friendship, but Adeline sensed more. "She's just nostalgic," Haley insisted. Tensions peaked at a party, where Mia confessed lingering feelings to Haley. Overhearing, Adeline confronted them. "Choose," she demanded, heartbreaking. Haley chose her, cutting Mia off. "You're my future." The incident, though painful, reinforced their commitment. As graduation approached, real-world pressures loomed. Job offers pulled them directions. Adeline to a nonprofit in Seattle, Haley to a design firm in San Francisco. Long distance. Adeline fretted. Haley proposed instead. On a bluff overlooking the ocean, ring in hand, a simple silver band with engraved waves, she knelt. "Marry me. We'll make it work wherever life takes us." Tears flowed. Adeline said yes. The engagement was a whirlwind of joy, families converging for celebrations. Maria and Carlos hosted a backyard fiesta, toasts raised to love's triumph. Even Eleanor's letter arrived, wishing well from afar. Adeline reflected on her journey, from orphan teen in strict foster care to empowered woman, loved and loving. The truths about her parents' death had shattered her world, but rebuilt it stronger. Post-graduation, they settled in the Bay Area, balancing careers and marriage. Adeline wrote a memoir, Shattered Secrets, sharing her story to inspire. Haley illustrated the cover, their collaboration symbolic. Challenges persisted, arguments, compromises, but their bond endured, laced with humor and passion. Years later, adopting their own child, a queer teen from foster care, completed the circle. "We'll give you the love we fought for," Adeline promised. Haley nodded, eyes shining. In quiet moments they marveled at their path. Drama, betrayal, romance, all weaving into a tapestry of humanity. Adeline's life wasn't a fairy tale. It was real, messy, profound. From the ashes of loss rose a love that defied odds, proving that even in America's vast landscape, hearts find their way home. The end wasn't perfect, but it was theirs, hopeful, human, and deeply felt.